All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about one of the biggest puzzles in business today. How do you turn your social media followers from just a number on a screen into a real, passionate community that actually helps your brand grow? Let's get into it.
So let me start with a pretty bold question, right? Why do a million followers mean absolutely nothing? I know it sounds crazy, but in this world of endless scrolling, a huge follower count can be, well, totally useless. If those people aren't paying attention, if they don't really care, then that big number, it's just an illusion. We're here to talk about what actually moves the needle.
And this right here is the whole game. You've got to understand the difference. On one side, you have a large following. That's all about high numbers, but honestly, it usually means low impact and people who are just passing by. But on the other side, you have a loyal following. And that, my friends, is a truly valuable asset. We're talking dedicated advocates, real engagement, and the kind of growth that actually lasts.
So building that asset, it all starts with a major shift in how you think. You have to move away from just broadcasting your message at people and move toward creating a true sense of belonging. This is the foundation. If you get this wrong, nothing else matters.
I absolutely love this metaphor because it just nails it. A billboard, what does it do? It just shouts a one-way message. But a town square, that's a place where people connect, where they talk, where community actually happens. Your social media has to be the town square.
And here's the thing about that town square. People don't want to hang out with a perfect, polished robot. They want someone real. Today's audience can spot a fake from a mile away. Showing the human, even the sometimes messy, imperfect side of your brand, that's how you build real trust and a real connection.
Which leads us straight to the value equation. Look, your community isn't built around your product. Not really. It's built around the value you give them. A fantastic rule to live by is the 80-20 rule. That means 80% of your content should be giving value, teaching, entertaining, inspiring. Only 20% should be about selling. You have to give, 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 and only then can you ask.
Okay, so theory is great, but how do we actually do this? Let's get into the action plan. I'm talking a clear 5-step blueprint for turning all these ideas into actual measurable growth.
So here it is. This is our roadmap. We're going to walk through each of these 5 steps, defining your why and who, starting a real conversation, celebrating your audience with their own content, creating exclusive spaces for your top fans, and finally, just being consistent. It's a proven process, and it works.
Okay, step 1. First things first, you have to know who you are and who you're talking to. What's the shared purpose, the why that pulls everyone together? And who is your ideal person? I'm not talking about age and location. I mean, what are their values, their struggles, their passions? This is the absolute bedrock of your entire community. Next up, you have to get good at talking. Like really talking. Don't just post things, ask open-ended questions, use polls, run Q&As, get people involved. And when they comment, for goodness sake, respond like a human being. Just look at brands like Wendy's or Duolingo. They're masters at this. Their playful banter makes their audience feel like they're part of an inside joke, and that builds an incredibly loyal following.
Step 3, this one is a game changer. This is where you turn your followers into co-creators. We're talking about user-generated content, or UGC. This is your secret weapon. When you share a customer's photo or their story, you're sending a huge message. You're saying, we see you, you belong here, it's powerful social proof, and it builds community like nothing else. I mean, brands like GoPro and Starbucks practically built their empires on this stuff.
Okay, so once you've started to spot your most passionate fans, your true believers, it's time to give them a special place to hang out. You build an inner circle. Think a private Facebook group or a Discord channel. It creates this deep sense of exclusivity and belonging. Lego is brilliant at this. They create these hubs for their superfans, which then become these incredible advocacy machines for the brand.
And finally, step 5. It's all about trust. None of this works without trust. And trust is built on one simple thing: reliability. Your community needs to know they can count on you. That means having a consistent voice and showing up regularly. Be the brand they know and depend on.
So, now that you have the blueprint, your mind is probably racing with ideas for your own business, and that is awesome. If you're feeling that fire and you're ready to take these strategies from theory to reality, it's worth knowing there are experts who can help you build your own custom playbook.
Because when you really put this blueprint into action, something truly amazing happens. You don't just get customers. No, you unleash superfans. You literally transform passive followers into passionate, vocal fanatics who will go to bat for your brand.
And just let this sink in for a second. The marketing power of a single dedicated superfan is so much greater than 1,000 passive followers. It's not even a fair fight. That one person who recommends you, who defends you, who tells their friends about you, that's where the real ROI is.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the old way of doing things is over. The game has changed. In today's market, the most valuable currency your brand can possibly have is genuine human connection.
Look, if you remember just one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Stop thinking of your audience as a demographic or a market segment. Start treating them like family. Build that community with authenticity and real value, and I promise you, they will become your single most powerful asset.
If you are ready to build that family, to create a community that drives real, lasting results for your business, you can get the ball rolling with a personalized strategy and consultation. Just visit us at mvel.com. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.